Good morning everyone, I am Priveda. Before starting the talk, I would like to show you a video.
All right, let's talk about AI in education, because it's everywhere, right? But it brings up this massive question. Is it just making us lazy, giving us a shortcut? Or could it actually be the best coach we've ever had? That's the big idea we're going to unpack today.
So, picture this. It's 2 in the morning. We meet Sarah, a first-year med student, and she is just buried, staring at a mountain of research papers. You've probably been there or know someone who has. It's a scene playing out in dorm rooms all over the world, and honestly, it's the heart of our story.
And that scene, that's what we're calling the 2 a.m. problem. See, the issue today isn't that we don't have enough information. It's the exact opposite. We're drowning in it, and all that noise can actually stop us from, learning.
Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Sarah's not the only one struggling. Let's meet Professor Aris. He loves teaching, but he's just as swamped trying to keep up with all the new research to give his students the best. So you have the student and the teacher on opposite sides of the desk, but they're both stuck fighting the same battle: total information overload.
And this feeling of being overloaded, it's not just some abstract concept. It's real. It's that awful blue light from your screen burning your eyes late at night. It's that constant anxious clicking and tapping. The source material calls it a thundering inner noise of worry. And man, that's it exactly. It feels like a physical weight, this deep fear of failing, of just burning out completely.
So when you feel that kind of pressure, that's when the idea of a shortcut starts to look really, really good. It feels like a lifeline, a quick fix that'll just get you through the night.
And that leads to this impossible choice. For someone like Sarah, it's brutal. On one hand, you desperately need efficiency. You just want to save some time, lower your stress, and maybe, just maybe, get a few hours of sleep. But on the other hand, you've got your academic integrity. You know you need to actually understand this stuff to avoid plagiarism and build the skills that'll make you a good doctor one day. What do you do?
And we need to be clear here. This is a huge deal. The stakes are incredibly high. If we just rely on simple AI tools to summarize everything, we risk creating what some are calling inactive scholars. Basically, students who can spit out an essay but don't have a real, deep understanding of anything. That's a serious threat to what education is all about.
But hold on. What if this entire trade-off, this choice between getting it done and getting it right, what if it's a false choice? What if there's a smarter way to tackle the problem? A way that doesn't involve compromising?
Okay, this is where a really cool problem-solving method called TRIZ comes into play. The whole idea behind TRIZ is that you don't settle for compromises. Instead of saying, well, I guess I'll be a little faster, but my work will be a little worse, TRIZ helps you find a way to get rid of the conflict altogether. It's all about finding a way to get the best of both worlds.
So, let's think about Sarah again. What if she didn't have to pick one over the other? What if there was a way for her to get through that mountain of articles efficiently and walk away with a deep, real understanding of it all?
And boom, there it is, the big aha moment. Efficiency and integrity, they're not actually enemies in a tug of war. They're not a zero-sum game. With the right tools and the right mindset, they can actually fuel each other. The problem has never been the technology itself. It's how we've been building and using it.
So how do we actually do that? Well, we have to totally reframe what the AI is there for. It's not a machine to do the work for you. Think of it as your own personal AI trainer, one that's designed to build up your cognitive muscle.
I hope all of you have paid attention to the video because it's going to give you a brief idea of what the talk is going to be today. Good morning everyone, I'm from Team Shadow Strikers. I'm here today to talk about the crisis in higher education. As students, we often feel like we are lost in a storm of information. The tool we have come up with is EDU Mind AI. It is designed to be a compass that helps the students to find their way rather than an autopilot that simply flies the plane for them. So our mission here is very simple, is to resolve the painful trade-off between the learning efficiency and academic integrity. Let's start with a common scenario. So the trigger when a student is facing an extreme cognitive burden and an approaching deadline. So let's say you have 500 pages of medical or academic jargon to get through by morning. The temptation for you to find a shortcut will be very high. So the problem is that the current basic AI tool offers a dangerous shortcut. They outsource the thinking entirely. So this creates what we call as passive scholar, someone with superficial understanding who is at high risk of accidental plagiarism. It doesn't just hurt your grades, but it also destroys the ethical learning practice. So this puts the student in zero-sum game. One side you have speed and efficiency. There's need to get sleep. On the other hand, you have depth, integrity, the need to actually learn. So let's ask ourselves, must we really choose between resting and being honest? If we use automation to increase the productivity, do we inherently destroy the reliability of learning? So, I understand all of our problems. To solve this, we didn't look for the compromise. Instead, we looked for engineering solution using Altshuler's trees, which is known as theory of inventive problem solving. Trees prove that contraindication can be mathematically eliminated. So, we identify our goal. We want to improve the parameter 39, which is known as productivity and convenience, the desperate of craving processed info and sleep before 4 a.m. But we had to protect parameter 27, which is reliability, and parameter 36, which is device complexity. Now, we want to protect the trait of authentic mastery and eliminate the plagiarism anxiety. Introducing EDU Mind AI, meet your smart ethical academic assistant. Unlike general chatbots, this assistant is tailored to exact study needs. It doesn't give you just an answer, but it breaks complex language into clear explanations so you can understand deeper, not just faster. We achieved this by building a smart pipeline driven by TREE's principle 10 and 24. I understand all of you will be curious how to use this. So first, we use prior action. The system will pre-process raw textbook and journals to highlight your definitions before you even start learning. Then it acts as an intermediary. We also applied a principle 1 known as segmentation. Instead of just burying you under a 40-page of article, we separate the content. You upload this text and the AI instantly chunks into a manageable modules like definition, quizzes and summaries. So you will digest the puzzle one piece at a time, very easily, very efficiently. Crucially, our system uses syncretic scaffolding. Instead of one-click essay, the app prompts the users with step-by-step questions. So here we apply principle 15, which is the dynamic, which means the AI adapts to you. We also use principle 35, the parameter changes to adjust the output style without ever handing over a ready-made essay to you. The user's interface is a clean dashboard. You upload your file, whether it's a lecture note or a PDF, and select your learning mode. You can choose either a deep dive or a rapid review, and the AI will adjust to the behavior to match your goals. The ultimate output is what we call as ethical synthesis. So when the app generates a content or a summary, it enforces a strict proper citation. So it actively prevents the plagiarism by tying every generates thought back to the verified source documents. So this is where the trade-off is eliminated. We reach the stage of 100% time saved meeting, 100% knowledge gain. You understand through semantic extraction, practice with adaptive quizzes, and apply your knowledge with ethical guidance tools. Finally, look at the supersystem view. EDU Mind AI isn't an isolated cheat code. It integrates with university LMS policies, helps students like Sarah manage her workload, and supports lecturers like Professor Arias. It restores trust between lecturers, can guarantee their students are producing a genuine and original work. In the AI age, true efficiency isn't about bypassing hard work. We must not surrender our critical thinking to machines. Are we? No. We use technology not as an autopilot but as a compass that guides us to true mastery. EDU Mind AI supports learning, it does not replace it. Thank you.